Let's talk about sovereignty, baby. Let's talk about you and you. Y'all, I couldn't help it. I could not help it, okay? I couldn't help it. That's what came to my mind when I was thinking about this. And I was like, you know what? This has to make the cut. I don't care about anything else. That right there has to make the cut. You guys, listen. When you think about that, you're like, hold on. What? Let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about sovereignty. This is a sovereignty season, okay? We've been hearing it everywhere. But like, I want to put my spin on this, okay? And it's really hit me. Being sovereign is being the captain of your ship. Now, some of you might have heard me talk about you got to be the captain of your ship, but let's go deeper into that, okay? Because when you realize you're the captain of your ship, you also realize something else. I want to see if y'all know. So if y'all know, I want y'all to put in the comments. What else? What does that mean? When you realize you're the captain of the ship, you also have to realize something else. You're like, listen, this is my ship and I am the captain. And because I'm the captain, you also realize that you are the entire crew. Ooh! The entire crew is you. Matter of fact, I'm seeing the numbers 369. So you guys, look, come on. I'm about to look it up right now. Let's see. We already know that 369 is universal numbers, okay? But let's look this up real quick. Because I want to go listen. When this happens, it happens on my lives all the time. So if it happens while I'm recording, y'all know I have to do the same thing. I'm just so used to it. So 369 is a popular manifestation technique. Okay. So this technique is from Nikola Tesla's theories on universal energy. And also they say it's a lyric to some song. Okay. But a lot of people use the numbers 369 for manifesting. Okay. It's a reference to divine numerology, different things like that. So you guys, definitely is a universal number. So I feel like we're in alignment because 369 represents new beginnings, growth, spiritual awakening. So who's ever listening to this right now, this might be a new mindset for you that you haven't heard before, or you might be growing in this, or it might be a complete spiritual awakening. And you're like, listen, I've been seeing these numbers, or this is exactly what I needed to hear. Okay, so we're going to keep moving, y'all. So first, you realize you're the captain of the ship. Then you realize, oh, shoot, I'm the freaking entire crew of the ship. You. No, it wasn't nobody else. You don't need nobody else on the ship, just you. It's all you. Your whole crew is you. Okay, so if I'm going to be doing, I have a video that's coming up next, definitely about this, but it's for my visual learners, those that are visual. I'm visual too, so I'm going to be doing a visual of how this looks. So I'm going to break that down, but I want you to imagine for now. Imagine that your crew is made up of different parts of your life, like it's made up of your mind, your body, your emotions, self-love, like whatever your crew right is, whatever it is for you. But just imagine that the people in your crew, okay, the people in your ship, your crew, are these energies. It's all representing you. That's your crew. Now, if your life feels off, that's not random, that's communication. I want you to think about the times when you felt like your life was off. You felt like you weren't in alignment. You felt like things were stagnant. You felt like you're like, listen, I don't know what the heck is going on. That's not random. That just means that, listen, your ship is a little out of alignment, but we're going to get it back going. Because when you realize that you're not just the captain and you're also the crew, that takes you to a whole nother thing. Okay? Because you realize that this whole time you've been in control of everything. Okay? So this ship is representing your life. Okay? And you're the captain. Like I said, you can break it down any way you want to. You can even draw this out. So I'll be drawing it out and doing a visual. But you guys, I feel like the visual is really cool. So just imagine, those of you that can go to imagination land. But I also feel like imagination land is really not a separate thing. I think we do it all the time, whatever we call it, but I feel like it's happening all the time. All right. So I want you to think about the different crew members that you have, and think about when you're the captain of your ship, your job is to make sure that everything runs smoothly. You have an order to things. Everybody knows what the system is, what the process is, different things like that. And you got to think about, are the captain is responsible. I feel like the captain and the crew, but for whether the ship sinks or sails. I'm going to just say that. Okay. And I want to use some of our universal laws to help me out with this, because I feel like sometimes if we just remember the universal laws, I think we'll be at peace with certain things. I think we wouldn't really complain too much. We really wouldn't be afraid of certain things. We really wouldn't try to rush certain things. We really will just trust the process. Okay. So I'm going to use the law of correspondence to help me out with this. I'll use a couple more laws, but for sure, correspondence, as within, so without. So whatever is happening inside of you is showing up in your life, right? So if you're the captain and you're the one that's in charge of all these different energies around you representing you, it's like how you're feeling on the inside, your crew on the outside of you, they're going to be showing it to you. They're going to be showing it to you. So let's say one of your crew members was your mind, okay? And internally, you're like, look, you've been overthinking things. You've been like not trusting the process. You've been like, look, I'm confused. You know what I'm saying? Always just in your thoughts. Then outside of you, that energy that's outside of you, that right, that what do I want to say, that physical manifestation of the mind that's outside of you is going to be showing up. And so what does that look like on a crew, on a ship? What does that look like? So on the ship, you got that mind energy going all around. It's not even knowing what to do. It's just going over here, going over there, going up, going down, moving around. And you're like, wait, oh my gosh, why is this so, why are things so chaotic? Why do things seem so all over the place? Well, what's happening on the inside? Are you all over the place in your mind? Okay, so that's just one example, and I hope that was a great example, y'all. I'm just kind of going with the flow here, just talking off the dome. so think about that. Now let's use the law of cause and effect, though, because this law is really cool. Okay, let's think about this. Every choice, we already know it has an right to every action. There's every action or lack of action. Okay, there's a cause and effect to that. So like they say, to every action, there's a reaction. Okay. So every action or lack of action, that is what is steering your ship. So a lot of us, when we feel like we're stuck, okay, and we're like, hold on, wait a minute. I feel like nothing's moving right now. I feel like, I don't really know. I feel like I'm in the void right now. I feel like I'm in the tomb right now. Hold on, wait a minute. I don't really know what's going on. Well, after that process happens and you do that reflecting and you realize that the law of cause and effect, then you realize, oh snap, I'm the one that's steering the ship. I don't have to stay in the tomb. I don't have to stay stagnant. All I need to do is choose, make a decision, right? Make a decision. So action doesn't always mean just if you have an idea and you take an action on it and you are planning it out and you are, doing the thing, whatever it is, right? Sometimes action can also be, and I know this is going to sound really funny, but okay, I'm going to say it like this. You sitting in stillness and silence is action. Because remember, action is an energy. So it starts off as something that you cannot see, and then it manifests into the physical. Okay, so stay with me. Stay with me. Maybe this next law will help out a little bit. So let's talk about the law of rhythm, because this one, of course, I'm thinking about the law of rhythm and I'm like, oh snap, hey, like I'm thinking about like movement, right? So think about that. There are always going to be waves. There's always going to be movement. There's always going to be ups and downs. There's always going to be something that's happening. You got to go with the flow. You've got to find the rhythm. Okay? You got to find the rhythm at some point when you're look, I'm talking like I'm like the captain of a ship, and I really know, like, like in real life, I'm using this as an example, but I would think that a captain knows the waves. It adjusts to the waves. It sees like what's happening. That's how it knows which direction to go. That's how it knows where the wind is. So it's like it's about the waves. Like, so I want to just move past the waves. That's one thing. But also, now that I mentioned the wind, it's just about your surroundings. It's just about going with the flow, what you feel, what you're seeing, things like that, right? So when the captain feels the wind is going in a certain direction, it's going to shift things, right? When they see that the waves are getting rougher or they're settling down, then they might move another way. So know that when you have a ship and you're out on, out in the ocean, that of course there's going to be ups and downs. Of course that there's going to be a flow to things. Even if we just stop at just the waves, that you're going to feel some rocking back and forth, some moving around, right? A real captain doesn't abandon the ship when the waves come. I think I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. What? A real captain doesn't abandon the ship when the waves come. Ooh, when the wind starts blowing a certain type of way, they're like, all right, y'all, everybody below, we don't know what to do. A real captain learns how to move with it. Come on, y'all. Because see, when you learn how to move with things, that to me, I feel like that equals alignment. Right? When you learn how to move with it. Because when we don't, then we feel like everything is working against us. And if you think everything is working against you, 10 times out of 10, it's going to show up in the physical that things are not working for you and it's working against you, right? But we know that's not true because we know that everything is not happening to us, it's happening for us, right? We know that certain things are being moved out of the way for our good, that certain things are coming into play for our good, right? So even with those seeds that you've planted, that you've even neglected, sometimes that neglect could have been the very thing you needed to go back to it and be like, okay, look, I realized before I didn't really know what I really wanted, or I didn't really know X, Y, and Z. And so now I'm going back and I'm going to water this and I'm going to tend to it and I'm going to do certain things. And I'm not going to worry about when it's going to pop out the soil. I'm not worried about when I'm going to see the results. But I know that if I do my portion of things, I'm going to trust in the unknown and trust in whatever you believe in. I'm going to just trust that it's going to work out, right? I'm going to trust that it's going to grow even when I can't see it. But some of us, we've abandoned the ship. We've abandoned the seeds that we planted. Okay? So let's think about that. What else? Y'all? What else? Because this word like sovereignty has been coming up a lot. And I feel like as it relates to the ship, it's like sovereignty is taking responsibility for your ship. It's not blaming. It's not waiting for things to happen. It's not hoping. But you know what it is? It's leading. You know what it is? It's trusting. You know what it is? Ooh, hold on. It's surrender. Y'all gonna keep hearing these words. Yes, come on. So I want you to be honest with yourself right now. Which part of your crew is out of alignment? Is it your discipline, your emotions, your self-love? What is it? Because whatever it is, that's what's steering your life right now. Ooh-wee. I don't know what that was, but I'm like, ooh, That's what's been steering your life. Man, I'm telling you, when your emotions are all over the place, that's steering your ship. Now you're making all emotional decisions. Mm, come on, guys. Mm, yes, come on, y'all. Get that. Take it in. I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes to just take that in. Come on. Because I got something else for you. And I want to make sure that you took that in first. I get so excited. I just want to like flow through everything and just like hit the points and the things that I remember and the things that are like I really want to say. I wanted you to take that in for a minute. Take that in. Because here's something that we don't talk about enough. Now it is mentioned, but like, I haven't come across it as much. And it's this. Just because you're the captain of the ship doesn't mean you're leading it properly. Here we go. All right, y'all. Y'all know we've been on that goddess, queen, empress. This is where that comes in. Because within you, there's a goddess, there's a queen, there's an empress. And if you're a male, switch that around. There's a god, there's a king, there's an emperor, right? And if they're not all aligned, that energy is within you, by the way. And if it's not aligned, then your ship, it never fully sails. I'm gonna save that for a different episode. We have to break down the goddess, the queen, the empress. We have to break that down because I need y'all to know that there are three energies, and those energies are very important. And when you have the energy of your crew out of balance, you already know what happens. But even more importantly, if the captain is not in alignment, how do you expect everything else to be? So, you guys, in the next episode, we're going to talk all about that. All right? I want y'all to think about who's actually running your ship, though. Who's running your ship? That's what we're going to talk about in the next episode. Who's running the ship? Let's break down the queen, the empress, and the goddess. Because that right there, when you know who's running your ship, that changes everything. Okay? So, I hope this was enough. Oh, I hope you gathered it in, you took it in, because we talked about a lot. We covered a lot, guys. I mean, I can't wait to do the visual because then I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So make sure that you guys are subscribed to my channel. By the way, I didn't introduce myself this episode. I'm Iswa, you guys. Better late than never, right? Oh my gosh, I'm Iswa, you guys. So welcome to the podcast, you guys. And I'm so excited that you're here, that you've been listening to this entire episode, even when I didn't introduce myself, because I think most of you know me already. But if you don't, nice to meet you. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. And we gonna break this down some more visually. I'm gonna save some stuff for the visual one. But I just wanted to plant the seed today. I want to plant the seed. I wanted you to think about being the captain of your ship and why your life feels off. Why sometimes it feels like it's off. Because when we go deeper into that, you guys are going to really see like, I've had the whole world in my hands the whole time. All I needed to do was realize who was running my ship. All I need to do was get in alignment. All I need to do was go water the seeds that I planted that I neglected. All I needed to do was create this foundation. All I need to do is be clear on what I really want, what I desire in life, and take action. All I really needed to do was, but sometimes we have to break things down. And that's a great thing because that's what I like doing. So, I mean, I'm going to be the person that's going to break it all the way down. So I don't mind. I have to break it down for myself anyway. Me or my husband, he's breaking it down. We're talking about it. And so when I feel led to share, I just want to share. And today I just felt led to share about this because I've been talking about being the captain of your ship, but I really hadn't talked about the crew. And I really hadn't talked about how these universal laws go hand in hand with the life. Like, it is life. And I feel like it's the blueprint. It's something that we really need to dive deeper into. So if you guys are interested in learning more about the universal laws, the Iswa way, how I explain it, then leave a comment below and let me know. And let me know what y'all thought of this episode, guys. I hope y'all learned something. I hope this helped you in some way. I love y'all. Remember that you are magic. So today, be magical, spread love, and share your freaking story because you deserve to be heard. And someone out there is waiting to hear from you. I love y'all. Peace.